Hey everyone, welcome to the 1 month anniversary of my Uberman experience. I can't really say it's the Uberman experience anymore. I now am only sleeping at night and once during the day though. It's still polyphasic sleep though. But yeah, what my schedule has turned into, and this is because just, the sleeping every 4 hours was just too difficult to run a normal life. So now what I do is I sleep um, at at 10 o'clock at night, and then once at 4 o'clock at night. And I've been kind of experimenting with either 1 hour or an hour and a half for both those times. Um, and I'll get to that in a second. And then the other time is I sleep at noon for about a half hour. So, uh, getting back to the night sleeping, and what I've discovered, because like I said, I've been going between an hour and a half or an hour. Um, what I've been discovering is that I generally prefer to do it sleeping an hour at 10 o'clock at night, and then an hour and a half at around 4:30, or I should say, sorry, around 4. Um, and I've been kind of playing with this because it seems like it's counterintuitive. The first time, even though I'm only sleeping for an hour, like during the day, I actually, leading up to the 10 o'clock nap, I'm usually not particularly tired. You would think that because there's a longer time period from 12 o'clock till 10, that's 10 hours of space, you'd think you'd get more tired. However, that hasn't really been the case. Um, so I've not really felt like sleeping for longer than an hour. However, for the time period from 4 till 5:30, I was trying to do for only an hour previously, and I was trying to do also a nap at 12. But in either case, whether I took the nap at 12 or not, which I never really was that particularly tired at 12 because I already just slept 2 hours ago, or I should say even 1 hour ago, because from 11 till, sorry, from 10 till 11, at 1 o'clock, if I waited till 1 o'clock, I still wasn't really that tired, whether I took a nap at 12 or at 1. So I was just sort of not really paying attention to that, and I haven't really been doing that nap as much. But from 4 o'clock till 5:30, I was finding that even though I wasn't particularly tired going into the 4 o'clock nap, I would find that I actually was sleeping. I was oversleeping a lot of the time, and it would be really difficult for me to wake up from that nap, which is really weird because you think that once you've had a lot of sleep more recently, since there's only a I guess 5 hour difference from 11 o'clock till 4 o'clock, you'd think that you'd be more rested and you wouldn't need as much sleep the second time I took a nap. But I wasn't finding that was the case. It was really weird, and not only that, but even when I would sleep for only an hour, or I'd sleep for only an hour and a half, I'd find that also sometimes I would want to sleep more at around 8 or 9. I'd get really really tired. So for whatever reason, strangely enough, like my body was still it would be when I actually had most recently taken a nap. If I'd taken naps in bunches, that my body would feel like it needed to take a nap for even longer. And so I'm not sure why that is. It's kind of been a curious thing. And then also, that being said, after taking the nap from 4 till 5:30, and then hopefully I'm staying awake till my noon nap. When I took the noon nap, I was good. I was like that was a really really strong nap a lot of times, and that would last me till 10. So I'm not sure what it is, if it's just because it's during the day or what, but for whatever reason I can last a lot longer with a lot less sleep from that time period. So I haven't really figured out what that is, and I'm still trying to experiment a little bit with what times work best. But that's been what I've been doing lately. and it's been working pretty good. I think my body's still been adjusting a little bit. Like I said, particularly with the morning ones, like those ones are tough. But oddly enough, the longest time period of being awake has not been the difficulty. From noon till 10, I'm almost always completely good. That's been the most recent update. But the other thing, what I've been finding is from 5:30 till the 5:30 till noon time period. So which is I guess that's about 6.5 hours. So the 6.5 hour time period, that's where I get the most tired. That's when I really struggle. Sometimes I'll struggle waking up after the 5:30, which is kind of weird. Or it was kind of more of a struggle when I'd only sleep for an hour, and I always thought that it was like, okay, I slept for an hour from 10 till 11, I felt very refreshed. So sleeping from 4 till 5 only made sense. But actually, for whatever reason, it wouldn't really give me a good sleep, and I'd feel really tired. Whereas when I'd sleep for an hour and a half, I'd feel pretty good. So I don't know if maybe it just means I need to take my body just needs to get used to it. I'm still figuring that out. But the time period from 5:30 till 12 is still very difficult. And what I've been finding is sometimes I think I've mentioned in previous episodes that one thing that your body does naturally when you're really tired is it gets more hungry, and so that's kind of been what I've been having to do. So I've been eating a lot of the time if I don't actually if I'm finding it really difficult to stay awake. So I've been trying to eat healthy. I don't know if it looks like I've been putting on a lot of pounds or anything like that. Hopefully not. But I've been trying to eat fruit. I'll eat carrots. I've eaten apples. I still eat snacks too, just because it's easy. But yeah, that's kind of been the process so far. It's been getting better. I've been getting better at sticking to that schedule. I think it's a lot repetition. But yeah, that's what I've been trying so far, and so far I think it's been working fairly well. I think it was working even better for when I first initially did it, and maybe because my body was used to only getting 20 minutes of sleep, so it would get those hour and a half naps were really were killing it for me. But I had one or two times when I accidentally stayed awake too long and just completely screwed up my sleep scheduling. And so because of that, I've kind of been, a little bit having to reset and get back into the schedule. And I'm hoping that I haven't really messed up a good thing, and that my body was used to the 20-minute sleep, and then once I started the longer naps, it was feeling good, and hopefully because of switching the schedule up even more, that didn't screw up what I was doing. Anyway, it's been really interesting. I'm gonna try doing this for longer. I've been kind of giving more space in between each video, just because there's been less and less things that I've been figuring out. So I didn't want to be too repetitive. But that's been after a month. That's what the most recent updates, and so it's been interesting. Hopefully I will eventually get a set sleep schedule that I can say set in stone. This is how I feel good. As long as I do this, that'll feel good. Well, I'll keep you guys updated on any other updates with how I'm actually settling on the schedule, what I actually decide. Yeah. On a side note, I've actually not been eating as much, I think, in general. As long before actually using it to stay awake, I actually have not been eating quite so much. So I don't know if that's related, but it's been a little bit interesting as well. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.